Hey guys, so on YouTube, the Game of Thrones Season 7 official trailer is out, so let's watch it.
Enemies to the east.
Enemies to the east? Oh yeah, duh.
Enemies to the west.
Wait, the west doesn't make
Enemies
sense.
to the south.
Why would she have enemies from like Casterly Rock? Who are you?
Whatever stands in our way.
That's cool to actually see a big map of Westeros.
We're the last Lannisters. The last ones who count.
I was gonna say Tyrion's a Lannister.
I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms.
She's finally here. I'm excited to see her finally be here. To be in Westeros. Whoa, the Unsullied actually have armor?
Father and brothers are gone, yet here you
They usually have their arms bare.
last best hope against the coming storm.
What is Arya doing?
Enmities, and bound together we will die. It doesn't matter whose skeleton sits on the Iron Throne.
Dothraki screamers are gonna be dope.
The Great War is here.
Now, I mean, the thing about the Dothraki screamers though is that why are they fighting them head up? Like that's one of the things that I think Ned was saying about Robert, or people were saying about Robert in general, that if when Daenerys was about to come over while Robert was the king, is that he would be stupid enough to actually meet Dothraki in the field when it's best just to hold up in your castle and just wait them out, just because they have no siege weapons, they have no siege tactics, they don't know how to fight against those sorts of things. So it seems really, really silly for I mean, we see Dothraki screamers. I don't know if let's see if they're actually fighting soldiers or if they're fighting like villagers and they're just pillaging. I can't really tell actually from these screenshots and I can't tell if they're fighting soldiers or they're just like raiding a village or something like that. But it's cool to actually see Dothraki screamers at play. We actually haven't really seen their horseback combat aside from their siege on Marine. But I'm down to see Dothraki finally on Westeros to see how they are going to go down. What really was cool to me was seeing the Unsullied with actual armor. Like, I don't know if this is Grey Worm here, but look at, they actually got padded leather on the sides. Like, I mean, every time we see them in Essos, they have bare arms, you know? But I still think they're really, really... not stupid, but like I think they don't optimize their weapons for their location. When they were in Marine, it was very close quarters, and they still had these huge staffs. They're here in what looked like King's Landing or somewhere in Westeros, and they've got this big, long spear. You don't want to have this big, long spear if you're, like, look at, you can't swing that thing. I mean, you can jab and poke within that corridor, but other than that, it's not the best weapon to have. The the Unsullied should have better weapons for these kinds of areas. But we're seeing a lot of battles here. This is going to be a big battle season, it seems like. I thought we were going to get more White Walker in here, more White Walkers and such, but I haven't seen anything. And I'm wondering what Arya is doing. Arya, to me, is like a little rogue right now. She's turned into a little rogue, and I'm wondering if what she's going to be doing. Because I actually feel with Arya that she's kind of lost, not so much her sense of honor, but her sense of humanity. And she's always kind of like been kind of a badass in that way, in the sense that she didn't really care who was in her way or who she could or would kill. But I really felt like in this last season, she really kind of lost, like she doesn't care anymore, and she'll kill anyone. And I feel like, I don't know, I kind of want Arya to come back to the light a little bit. Now, there's this little scene here, I couldn't tell what was going on. It's really fast with what looked like, I think Littlefinger is trying to get at Sansa here. Is that what's happening? And then he's getting pushed back by Jon? I don't know, let me see. I mean, it could be one of those trailer cuts where it's not actually the same thing, but I'm sure that's going to be the conflict in the North in terms of the internal conflict, is Jon not wanting Littlefinger around his sister. Like, he knows he's a creep and he doesn't want him anywhere around him. And that's smart. Like, get Littlefinger far, far away from you. He's not to be trusted. But yeah, Unsullied with armor, man, I love it. Okay, there's this one arm part I want to look back at. Oh, it's grayscale. That's what's his face? Jorah Friendzone. Jorah Friendzone. No, Jorah Mormont. It looks like he is. I mean, he's probably still on his journey to get healed because his #1 goal is to get back to Khaleesi and you know, become her friend again. Because when you get back to Khaleesi, what do you expect? Do you think she's gonna like love you or something like that? It's not gonna happen, bro. But yeah, and then of course we have the last shot, big dragon, Dothraki screamers. I don't think it's Unsullied, just a Dothraki and Drogon, which we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. I mean, this was a good trailer because it didn't give away too much. I mean, we got a lot of big shots, but I don't feel like we've seen too much. But I also like this big map of Westeros that not Khaleesi, that Cersei is on. I'm guessing that's the scene where she's talking to Jaime about all of their enemies. Now, when she says enemies to the west, I mean, you could be talking about Pike, I guess. Pike can be your enemy because because they're allied with Daenerys right now. The north, I don't know if they're going to ally with Daenerys straight off the bat or if they want to just be left alone. I mean, they're really trying to fight the war with the White Walkers, which they haven't really shown in this trailer, so I'm wondering how the White Walkers are going to play into this. Of course, they have enemies to the south. Dorne has allied with Daenerys. They, of course, want their revenge for what happened to Oberyn and Elia Martell. And then she says, enemies to the east. That makes sense because Dragonstone is now going to be occupied by Daenerys. So that makes sense. The enemies from the north, of course, is Jon and everybody else, Sansa up there. So I don't get the one that really caught me off guard was the west, because like Casterly Rock, you should have allies there, and the people who are pledged to the Lannisters. Pike, yeah, they're not allied with you anymore, but Pike they've never been that significant of a kingdom, at least in my eyes. So I'm wondering what the West conversation is about. But yeah, I really like this map that they got going on here. Lannisters, man, this is their last holdout, and I think they're going to lose. But yeah, what did you guys think of this trailer? I liked it a lot. I am down to see what this last season will be, which is being split in 2. I think we're getting 7 episodes now, and then next year we're getting the final 6 episodes. They've announced that they're going to be making 5 spin-offs of Game of Thrones, so I don't know how they're going to do that or what's going to happen. But there's that. Oh, hey, look, it's Brienne of Tarth right there, right next to Sansa and Jon Stark. I wonder if they naturalized him as Jon Stark. I mean, they call him the King of the North, and they said they didn't care if he's a bastard. But I wonder if they're going to naturalize him as Jon Stark. Freaking Littlefinger. I don't want anything to do with him. I don't want anything to do with him. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I want to discuss. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, love, and remember, 7 blessings.